Ubisoft. Nothing like coming home after a long day of work, settling into your nice cozy couch right in between the cushions, booting up a game you've been waiting to play all day, and then being forced to sign into your Ubisoft Connect account, not remembering your password, taking the game and throwing it out the fucking window, and then going to the internet to complain about it. Okay, I might have fudged some of the details, but real shit, my girlfriend wanted to show me Assassin's Creed, I think it was Origins, right? Yeah, Assassin's Creed Origins on her Steam account, because, I haven't played that one before. But she couldn't get into the fucking Ubisoft Connect account, so we were locked out of a game she already paid for. So we just played something else. I don't remember which game it was, but I think it might have been Pac-Man World 2. Yeah, oh my god, remember Pac-Man World 2? It's fucking better than 90% of games Ubisoft's been putting out, that's for sure. But yeah, that's just merely one problem with this colossal fuck-up of a game company. For those who aren't familiar, Ubisoft was the shit back in the day. They were the minds behind a lot of great games that you probably played. Games like, Assassin's Creed, Rayman, Prince of Persia, Far Cry, all the Tom Clancy games. I could go on. But then at some point, they started hitting the pipe and saying, what if we just fucked it all up? So they started taking games away from people who paid for them. They began gambling on live service ventures and failed really badly. They took a bite out of the forbidden NFT fruit. And just overall, their games fucking suck now, let's be honest. Now, in terms of more recent events, their whole fucking world is burning down. So, for example, their Assassin's Creed Shadows game that's coming out, that shit got leaked a month early, and it's also getting all this bad press left and right, especially for how the Japanese audience feels about it. They feel that their Japanese culture is not portrayed properly. What else? Their shareholders are even threatening to protest and sue them. Hell, Ubisoft is even considering going private because their stock price is less than the price of a fucking carton of eggs. Like if anything could go wrong, it has. You would think fucking Murphy's running the company over there. Here, let's take a closer look at Ubisoft and really break down what is happening here. Because, wow, this is disastrous. So I think most people agree that their games are just the same fucking thing over and over, right? Like this is a company that makes really huge success, and rather than letting it settle with its community and ride that success out, they just, boom, make another one. Okay, this next one's pretty good, but it's kind of like the first, boom, make another one. Slow down, Ubisoft, we literally just, boom, make a fucking another one. Like this is an issue that's most notable with, particularly Assassin's Creed and Far Cry. Ubisoft is so focused on pumping out these games and keeping them in the public eye as consistently as possible, they don't realize that it's diluting the quality. The reason why you need to give these games time in the oven is so you can think over ways to improve them in the next installment. What new ideas will work well with ideas from the previous game? Hell, what ideas didn't work for the previous game that we can trim out? If you don't allow yourself that time, you're now like, no time to think. We got deadlines to hit. Just make it like the last one. We don't have time. It's ridiculous. And not only that, people are going to get exhausted pretty quickly if you don't give them the time to process what they just played. Look at Assassin's Creed, a stealth action game that was revolutionary at the time. You were basically hooked up to like the fucking Matrix, right? And lived through the adventures of your ancestors in the past. And you were jumping across rooftops, killing motherfuckers from the shadows. The only other notable stealth action series at the time was Metal Gear, which it was extremely different from. There was no Batman Arkham yet, there was no Dishonored, no Last of Us. Assassin's Creed really was a big deal. But with a release schedule like this, and those other games coming out not too long after, yeah, Assassin's Creed quickly lost its novelty. All these new stealth action games were hitting the scene, shaking up the genre in a million different ways, but here Ubisoft was still doing the same tricks. Ubisoft started to catch on to this, so they tried to... All right, look. I fucking love RPGs, right? But this is not the way you're supposed to innovate on your game. You want to make Assassin's Creed into an RPG? Make a spin-off. Look, Paper Mario, that can be its own thing from the mainline Super Mario games, so what the fuck is Assassin's Creed's excuse? And not only that, the RPG shit just isn't implemented well. Everything's a numbers game now. Your level's too low for this enemy, your damage output is too low. Like, we're not fucking playing Xenoblade here. Just let me assassinate the guy and kill him in one hit. I was able to do that before, but you took that away from me because you added arbitrary RPG mechanics. And don't even get me started on the bloat. Oh my god, it takes fucking hundreds of hours to 100% these shit heaps because it's all the same fucking side quests being spammed over and over. That's fun. And XP boosts being required to minimize grind? Like, fucking Christ. We'll get more into detail on that, don't worry. But let's talk about Far Cry now, right? And I mean, what is there to say? It's also the same shit over and over. An open world shooter? That sounds cool. You know what doesn't sound cool? Sharding thousands of icons on the fucking map and hiding literally everything behind skill trees. Now, 6 mainline titles across 17 years isn't the worst thing ever, I'll admit that. But when they're all sprawling open worlds oozing with detail, yeah, it's kind of a tight squeeze, don't you think? There's a reason why most companies don't do this, and nothing is funnier than the Ubisoft developers who shit on Elden Ring's UI and quest design. Like wow, right? The utter lack of self-awareness that's on full display here. They say you shouldn't throw stones if you're in a glass house. Yet here are the Ubisoft developers throwing them at a fucking bulldozer. They're bugging the fuck out. Like, Elden Ring's got them beat there, no doubt. I'll never forget this one image someone made of Elden Ring if it had Ubisoft UI. And this shit is hilarious. I mean, look at this. But anyway, I'm saying all this because Ubisoft, despite its treasure trove of IPs, leans really hard into pumping out these fucking monotonous shit heaps, and it's not even working out for them that well. So why bother? Why not mix these big games like Assassin's Creed and Far Cry with more Rayman games, Prince of Persia, and like they sometimes remember that they have more than 2 IPs, but they're all like the forgotten children. You know, give them some love too. Variety's the spice of life. And another element that I think is Poopy Shitsoft's ultimate undoing is the sickening sin of greed. Master EA, Master Activision, teach me your methods. I must learn the ways of being a complete fucking idiot. And so Ubisoft became the complete fucking idiot it sought out to be and surpassed its masters because, unlike its masters, it also is losing so much fucking money. Yeah, so we all know Ubisoft can't keep their hands out of the cookie jar here. Microtransactions are the main culprit. You all know by now. Paid cosmetics, XP boosters, all this fucking shit in a lot of their single-player games, by the way. Deliberately designing their games to be grindy and unfun to get people to spend more money and fix it? Like, who the fuck goes out of the way to make their games worse? Like, you have to be a fucking psychopath. In the short term, yeah, you'll get dumbass whales to drop a lot of money on this bullshit. But most customers will see this and scoff in disgust. And those are customers you lose for future titles. It's worth it to be nice to your players, right? Like, players who are deeply satisfied with your product, even if they're not big spenders on it, they're a lot more likely to come back because they trust you'll deliver on a great experience again. Ubisoft today is associated with greed and incompetence. And this perception is pushed even further with their NFT ventures. Ah, yes, the poison of the entertainment industry. Non-fungible tokens. How about not fucking interested? Yeah, there we go. Save that one. You remember Ubisoft Quartz, their fucking whack-ass NFT service for their games? look at this entry on their website. This shit's hilarious. Traditionally, items you purchase from an in-game store are bound to your game account. Digits take things a step further by giving you more control than ever. Bitch, you don't own NFTs. Control? What control? Once a service that allows you to use these NFTs in-game is shut down, the only thing you own now is a pile of dust. It's like selling stars to people. And trust me, Ubisoft is very used to ripping products away from players. The crew. What a bunch of fucking snakes. And they're not stopping. Like, they released another NFT game recently. It's, what the fuck is it? Champions Tactics Grimoria Chronicles, I think it is, something like that. You collect like these figurines to fight other figurines, and look at the prices for these. This shit is disgusting. And you know what's funny? They quietly released this. They were so ashamed of publishing this that there was hardly any fanfare about it. I'm sure it was a contractual obligation from years ago. You know, they were probably like, just get it done fast and let's never speak of it again. What a fucking waste. And listen, to all the people who unironically got into NFTs, you helped contribute to money laundering. I'm sorry, but someone had to tell you. NFTs never had value to them. Useless invention for a useless company. Poopy Diarrhea Soft is in serious trouble now financially. You know, everyone sees through their bullshit and doesn't want to support their games anymore. Their players are pissed at them, and hell, so are their investors. That's a sickening thought, right? Like, look, okay, I don't believe in the idea of entertainment companies going public. It's almost like saying, yeah, I know my players probably don't want to give me their money anymore, so I hope these leeches give me their money instead. The thing with investors is that a lot of them have no concept of letting a project take its time so that it releases in the strongest state possible so people want to buy it. No, it's all about getting it done before the fiscal year ends, baby. Yeah. If they're not seeing their money being made back quickly, they're dipping the fuck out. So oftentimes these companies are really making the games for the shareholders and not the players. Making games for people who don't play games. Ironic, right? Well, Ubisoft is so fucked that even their shareholders have had enough. Like I said before, they're threatening protests and legal action against them, and there's no light in sight here. Assassin's Creed Shadows is probably their last chance to get out of this trench, and people just don't care about it. It being in Japan is cool and all, people wanted that for years, but according to these leaks of people who played it early, it just seems like the same slop that people have played already. Oh man, literally everything is falling apart for Ubisoft. A perfect storm of nightmares from every angle, and I don't think they're making it out. Honestly, they don't fucking deserve to. People have been saying this shit for years, and now it finally caught up to them. Alright, look at Capcom. Years ago, they were in a similar rut with intense greed and not giving players what they wanted. But they finally went to rehab, sobered up, and started taking players' feedback seriously. And now Capcom is a fucking great video game company. For the most part. Ubisoft has no excuse, and they're all out of tries. Who knows? Maybe Tencent will just buy them the fuck out, and isn't that a tragic fate? Let this be a cautionary tale to all game developers on how even the mighty can fall thousands of feet and plummet to their demise. Give it enough greed, complacency, and time. Don't become another Poopysoft, and don't support their practices. Let them finally face the consequences of their idiocy. Thanks again for watching. Subscribe if you want more videos like this. And if you want to support my game development and just help me out financially, feel free to become a member. And if you're interested, I'm making my own video game. It's called Massacre. It's a 2D platformer inspired by Pizza Tower. There's a demo if you want to check it out, and the link is below. But that's really about it. I'm Nick Denoli, and I'll catch you guys later. Testing, 1, 2.